Hello, Virgo. Take a seat, breathe, let the world fade for just a moment. I know you're busy. I know your mind is racing with 1,000 thoughts, 1,000 worries, 1,000 things you need to do. But right now, none of that matters. What matters is this. What matters is what I'm about to tell you, because there's something stirring in the spiritual realm, something that's been building for a while, and it's finally reaching a peak. Someone from your past, Virgo. Someone you haven't thought about in a while. Someone you thought was gone for good. They're out there and they're begging, not begging you directly, not yet, but begging the universe, begging the cosmos, begging the divine. They're on their knees, metaphorically or literally, pleading for a second chance with you. And the universe is listening. But here's the thing, the universe isn't just going to give them what they want, it's going to bring this to your attention. It's going to give you the choice. It's going to put the decision in your hands, because you, Virgo, are the one with the power here. You're the one who gets to decide. You're the one who gets to say yes or no. You're the one who gets to determine whether this person gets that second chance they're so desperately seeking. And I'm here to help you see the full picture, to understand the energy, to feel into what this really means. So lean in, open your heart, but keep your feet on the ground, because what I'm about to share is going to stir things up, and you need to be ready. Before we go any further, I need you to take a moment. I need you to ground yourself. I need you to be present, because this isn't a light topic. This isn't casual conversation. This is the kind of thing that can change the course of your life. And if you're going to make a decision, you need to make it from a place of clarity. Not from a place of old wounds, not from a place of longing, not from a place of fear, but from a place of truth, from a place of power, from a place of knowing. So take a breath, a real one. Fill your lungs completely, hold it for a second, and then release it. Feel yourself settle into your body. Feel yourself become present. Feel yourself become clear. And then, if this resonates with you, if you feel the weight of this message, if you know deep down that it's meant for you, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, because this is where the truth lives and you're going to need it. And drop a comment, just one word, healing. That's your affirmation. That's your declaration. That's you telling the universe that you're ready to face this, ready to process it, ready to make the decision that's best for you. Don't skip this. Don't scroll past. This is your moment. Seal it. So let's get into it. Let me tell you what I'm seeing. I see a figure, a silhouette, someone standing in the shadows of your past. They're not just thinking about you. They're not just wondering about you. They're actively, desperately, obsessively wanting you back. And Virgo, I know that might sound like a good thing. I know there's a part of you that might feel flattered, validated, even excited. But I need you to pause. I need you to consider the full picture. Because this isn't just someone who misses you. This is someone who realizes, maybe for the first time, what they lost. This is someone who is sitting in the consequences of their own choices and finally understanding the weight of them. And they're not handling it well. The energy I'm picking up is heavy, it's regretful, it's mournful. They're replaying memories in their head. They're thinking about the good times, the moments they took for granted, the things they should have said and done differently. They're haunted by the thought of you. And it's not a gentle haunting. It's not a peaceful nostalgia. It's a torment. It's a constant nagging, painful reminder of what they threw away, and it's driving them to their knees, figuratively and perhaps even literally, begging the universe for another shot. Now, I need to be honest with you. I can feel the depth of their remorse, and it seems genuine. They're not just sorry because they're lonely. They're not just sorry because they can't find anyone better. They're sorry because they finally understand what they had. They're sorry because they see you clearly now in a way they didn't before. They're sorry because they realize that you were never the problem. The problem was them, their own insecurities, their own fears, their own inability to show up for you the way you deserved. And that realization is eating them alive. But here's the thing, real remorse doesn't automatically mean you should let them back in. Real remorse doesn't erase the past. Real remorse doesn't undo the hurt. It's a starting point, yes. It's a necessary foundation for any kind of reconciliation, but it's not enough on its own. There has to be more. There has to be change. There has to be growth. There has to be a demonstrated commitment to being different, doing better, showing up in a way they didn't before. And Virgo, I'm not sure that's what you're dealing with here. I'm sensing that this person is coming from a place of desperation, not transformation. They're begging because they can't stand the pain of losing you, not because they've actually done the work to become someone who deserves you. Let me break down what I'm seeing more specifically. The person I'm talking about, I see them as someone who hurt you, and not just in a small, casual way. I'm talking about the kind of hurt that left a mark. The kind of hurt that made you question yourself, question your worth, question everything you thought you knew. They did something, or maybe a series of somethings, that broke your trust, that shattered your faith in them, that made you walk away. And Virgo, I know walking away wasn't easy. I know it took everything you had. I know you cried over them. I know you agonized over the decision. I know you second guessed yourself 1,000 times. But you did it anyway. You chose yourself, and that was the right choice. Now, this person is looking back at that moment and wishing they could undo it. They're looking back at everything they did and feeling the weight of it. They're wondering how they could have been so blind, so selfish, so careless with something so precious. And they're begging the universe for a chance to make it right, a chance to go back, a chance to rewrite the story. But Virgo, the universe is not a time machine. It doesn't erase the past. It doesn't undo what happened. What it does is it gives us choices. It gives us opportunities. It gives us the chance to move forward in a different way. And that's what the universe is giving this person. It's giving them the chance to reach out to you. It's giving them the chance to make their case. It's giving them the chance to ask for forgiveness, but it's not forcing them on you. It's not making you take them back. It's giving you the choice because your free will is sacred and the universe respects it. Now, I know that reading this, you're probably feeling a mix of emotions. There might be a part of you that's angry. How dare they come back now? After everything they did, after everything I went through, there might be a part of you that's sad. Why now? Why not then, when it could have made a difference? There might be a part of you that's confused. What do I do? How do I handle this? Do I even want to open that door again? There might even be a part of you that feels a flicker of hope, a tiny, buried spark that still cares, still wonders, still wishes things could have been different. And Virgo, all of those feelings are valid, all of them. You're allowed to feel angry. You're allowed to feel sad. You're allowed to feel confused. You're allowed to feel hopeful. You're allowed to feel all of it, because what you went through was real, and what this person is asking for, this second chance, it's not a small thing. It's a huge thing. It's a thing that carries weight, carries history, carries pain, and you need to honor that. You need to honor your own journey. You need to honor your own healing. And you need to make a decision that's right for you, not for them, not for anyone else, just you. So I want to ask you something, and I want you to answer honestly, not out loud if you don't want to, but in your heart, in your soul. What would it take for you to even consider giving this person a second chance? What would they need to do? What would they need to say? What would they need to show you? What kind of transformation would they need to have undergone? Because a real second chance isn't just about saying, I'm sorry. It's about showing that you've changed. It's about demonstrating that you've done the work. It's about proving that you're different now than you were then. And Virgo, I need you to be honest with yourself. Has this person done that? Or are they just asking for forgiveness without actually earning it? I'm getting a strong sense that the latter is true. They've been begging the universe, crying out in pain, wanting you back, but they haven't done the work. They haven't healed the wounds. They haven't changed the patterns. They haven't addressed the root causes. They're just desperate. And desperation is not a foundation for reconciliation. It's a foundation for more pain. It's a foundation for repeating the same patterns. It's a foundation for you getting hurt again. And Virgo, you've been hurt enough. You've been through enough. You don't need to go through it again. Let me also talk about something important. There's a difference between a person who has truly changed and a person who is just saying what you want to hear. A person who has changed doesn't just apologize. They show you through their actions. They demonstrate consistent behavior over time. They respect your boundaries. They give you space. They don't pressure you. They don't manipulate you. They don't make you feel guilty. They simply show up, do the work, and let you decide. And Virgo, I need you to be discerning. I need you to see the difference between genuine transformation and elaborate performance. Because there's a part of you that wants to believe them. There's a part of you that wants to believe that people can change. That's your beautiful heart. That's your open nature. And it's not wrong. People can change. People do change. But change takes time. It takes effort. It takes humility. It takes a willingness to be uncomfortable. And not everyone is willing to do that. Some people just want the quick fix, the immediate relief, the easy way out, and they'll say anything, do anything, promise anything to get what they want. But when it comes time to deliver, they fall short. So I want you to ask yourself, is this person someone who has demonstrated real change? Or are they someone who is just desperate to avoid the consequences of their choices? Because there's a big difference, and you deserve to know the difference. You deserve to protect yourself. You deserve to only let people into your life who are willing to show up for you in a real, consistent, reliable way. Not just when it's convenient, not just when they want something from you, but all the time, every day, through the good and the bad. That's what you deserve, and don't settle for anything less. Now, I also want to talk about what your life looks like right now, because I know you've been working on yourself. I know you've been healing. I know you've been growing. I know you've been building a life that you're proud of. You've been setting boundaries. You've been learning to love yourself. You've been creating space for things that nourish you and releasing things that drain you. And Virgo, that's powerful. That's so powerful. You've done the work, you've put in the effort, and you've come so far. Don't let this person, this ghost from your past, pull you back into old patterns. Don't let them undo all the progress you've made. You've earned your peace. You've earned your joy. You've earned your freedom. And you don't owe anyone a second chance just because they're asking for one. And let me also be real with you. The person from your past who is begging the universe for a second chance, they're not the only one begging. There are also your ancestors begging. There are also your angels begging. There are also the highest parts of your soul begging. And they're not begging for a second chance with this person. They're begging you to choose yourself. They're begging you to stay strong. They're begging you to hold the line. They're begging you to trust that you made the right decision. They're begging you to believe that what's coming for you is so much better than what's behind you. And Virgo, I need you to hear that. I need you to feel that because it's true. What's ahead of you is so much brighter, so much more aligned, so much more beautiful than anything you left behind. Don't go backward. Keep moving forward. So, what do you do if this person reaches out? Because I'm sensing I'm sensing that the begging is about to turn into action. They're going to reach out directly or indirectly. They're going to try to make contact. They're going to test the waters. And you need to be ready. You need to have a plan. You need to know what you're going to say and do. And here's my advice: be kind, but be firm. Be compassionate, but be clear. You don't need to be cruel. You don't need to slam the door in their face. But you also don't need to leave it wide open. You can acknowledge their message, honor their words, and still hold your ground. You can say, I appreciate your apology. I see that you're hurting, but I'm not ready to go back there. I've moved on. I've healed, and I'm in a different place now. I wish you well, but I need to keep moving forward. That's it. That's all you need to say. You don't owe them an explanation. You don't owe them a debate. You don't owe them a chance to convince you. You just owe yourself the peace of knowing that you handled it with grace and strength. And if they push back, if they get angry, if they try to guilt you, then that's all the confirmation you need. Because someone who is truly sorry, someone who has truly changed, would respect your boundary. They would respect your no. They would accept your decision with grace. They would understand that they lost the right to be in your life, and they would let you go even if it hurts, because they would want what's best for you, even if it's not them. So pay attention to how they respond. Their response will tell you everything you need to know about whether they've actually changed or whether they're just pretending. Now, I want to close this with something powerful. I want you to look in the mirror, literally or figuratively, and I want you to see the person you've become. I want you to see the strength in your eyes, the wisdom in your soul, the peace in your heart. I want you to see how far you've come, and I want you to be proud. I want you to be so proud of yourself because you did it. You survived, you healed, you grew, you became the person you were always meant to be, and that person doesn't need to go back. That person doesn't need to reopen old wounds. That person doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. That person is whole, complete, and enough exactly as they are. And if this person from your past is begging the universe for a second chance, let them beg. Let them pray. Let them hope. But you don't have to answer. You don't have to respond. You don't have to give them what they want. You just have to keep being you. Keep walking your path. Keep growing, keep glowing, keep becoming the magnificent person you were always meant to be. Because that's your destiny, that's your future, and nothing from your past can take that away from you. So take a breath, feel the weight of what I've shared, and let it settle. And then, when you're ready, drop your comment, type healing. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel because Virgo, what's coming next for you is beautiful, and you're going to want to be here for it. Blessings on your journey, always. The past is a teacher, not a prison. You've learned the lesson, now walk free.